Shalom. It's your brother Malcolm from the branch of GMS here in Chicago, giving all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who are the true leaders of all Israel on earth today. And salutations to the Akim that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. Salutations to the Confusion of Face Akim that are doing the same. And salutations to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning. Okay. This is a response to a video that was put up by an Israelite sister who goes by the name of Gemini Confirmed. All right. Why I am no longer a Hebrew Israelite. Okay. And as the brother who responded to this first, I forget the brother's name and which camp he's from off the top of my head. The brother did an excellent video, but this is my take on it. All right. And first of all, the girl or the woman who's saying she's no longer an Israelite, she's a totally confused person. All right. And she never had a clear understanding of anything about what a heritage is, because you can't stop being an Israelite. That's a heritage. That's not a religion. That's not like being a Muslim or being a Buddhist. You just can't be a Jehovah's Witness. You can't decide not to. I don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore. I want to be a Buddhist. That's your race. Okay. And it's clear that she kept one foot in the world the whole time, because she still was referring to herself as Gemini. You know, and that's a dual personality, two different personalities, man. All right. She would also understand that astrology is witchcraft, man. And she would have completely dropped that title and that name. Okay? So let's do that first and foremost. And now let's go into some scriptures, okay, to get a better understanding on what's going on here. And the first scripture that I'm going to go to is Jeremiah 13:23. And there's another thing. When the video came on, if you watch really closely, she had a smirk on her face, man. Which is why I believe that I honestly believe that this is just another setup by Esau. That she's doing the work of an agent. She's acting as an agent. All right? Because Esau is actually afraid and nervous about this truth. Okay? And they're trying to do their best to stop it by any means necessary. Okay? And so the look on her face led me to believe that she may not have been totally sincere about the whole thing anyway. And if you watch the video, you'll clearly see what I'm talking about. Right before the camera starts, she has like this smirk on her face. Okay? Kind of like one of those what do you call them? Those crisis actors in those stage terrorist events, so that Esau could pass new laws and bills and legislation to take away more freedoms and things of that nature. She had this very insincere smirk on her face over a matter that supposedly was very serious. Okay? But this is Jeremiah 13:23. And it reads, "Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or a leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil." All right? So she can't change her spots. You can't change your nationality, man. And she couldn't change herself from doing evil, because the Most High clearly doesn't want her to let you taste of the light, to let you see, to actually give you eyes to see, only to close them up again, man. If she was sincere about it, which I'm questioning. Okay? Next scripture is the book of Job, the 39th chapter and the 17th verse. Okay? Which reads, "Because power have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted unto her understanding." All right. So the woman hasn't been given understanding. The Lord doesn't deal with the woman on that level, man. Okay? And the women that are dealing, they're learning through their men, or they're learning through the men of the Lord. She's clearly not one of those women. All right? Because they're women who come on a comment board and, and I've seen some of these women actually cut scoffers with proper scripture. So I'm not saying that the Lord is not dealing with the woman in any way whatsoever. All right. But what I am saying is that when it comes to teaching and having a thorough understanding, that was given unto men, not unto women. OK. And a woman who really fears Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and is worried about her salvation and has a connection to her heritage and a respect for her heritage, she's not going to have a problem with that, because she's going to understand that that's the way that the Most High, her power, set it up. Okay? But like I said, I actually believe this is a play by Esau to pull, Jake away from the truth, man. Here's another thing, another question that I had. What camp was she connected to? All right? Through her, or did she have a man? All right? Because she pretty much said she was on her own and she was bouncing around, from video to video. And if that be the case, if that be true, then that would explain why she's so bugged out, man. Because there's a lot of Israelites out there teaching, man, including a couple of camps here in Chicago outside of GMS that have no business teaching, man. And you can tell that through their precepts. Their precepts don't match up with their message, and their precepts don't match up with what the Bible's saying, man. And not just here in Chicago, but around the globe. You got some COINTELPRO guys, and it's funny. Some of them try to accuse GMS of being COINTELPRO, and you best believe GMS is at the top of the list on Esau's hit list. They know who the biggest threat to them are. GMS is the biggest threat to the so-called white man without violence. Just with bringing out the scriptures and the history, man. The history and the scriptures is more than enough to have Esau in panic mode, man. All right. And I'll give you a quick example. This is since I'm in the book of Job. This is Job 4:9. It said, "By the blast of power they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils are they consumed." Okay? And the breath of his mouth, that breath of life, that breath of truth, which is coming out of the scriptures, man. Which is fire out of the mouth of his prophets, man. But let me get back on point. All right? But listening to her complaints, man, it sounds like total Edomite propaganda. If not, it's a failure. And I'd have to read, Job 39 and 17 again, man. It reads, because Yahweh or because power have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding, man. So she didn't understand, man. Okay, or it could just be a case of Micah 7 and 10, man, which means she's gonna get that death by pain. All right, which is, I believe, that scripture that I just quoted, that death by pain. Hey, leave her alone. Stop. That death by pain is in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, if I'm not mistaken. But this is Micah 7 and 10. And it reads, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her." All right? The she is talking about the Israelite woman, mainly the Judite woman, because it's the Judite woman who collectively is the main one that's against her own men. All right? Evidence of that is just look in Hollywood, man. All right? Look at the amount of swirlers and the things that they say about their own men. Look at the dissonance, the separation between the so-called Negro man and the so-called Negro woman. And you can include, a lot of Northern Kingdom in there too. I had an Ephraimite brother tell me how Issacharite told him that he not his type. And she only dates Edomites. All right? And so a lot of our women have clung on to the enemy, to the very oppressors that oppress them. But once again, being blind to see the fact that their oppressors are falling. Open your eyes, man. High levels of suicide, loss of their sperm count is low, and they're losing their wealth and their power, man. Literally right in front of your face. And you still kind of trying to cling on to them. Okay? It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where's your power? Where's your power? Where's thy power? All right, and that's what a lot of them feel like that. You don't have no military, you don't have no blah, 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 blah. It's like you don't understand that we are a people of prayer. That's what proves that we're the Israelites, that we're the chosen, because we don't have anything. That is the position that the Bible said that the Israelites would be in. They will be in want and need and on the bottom. They would have no power, man. So that totally eliminates the Israelis, man. The Israelis do not fit any of the prophecies, spiritually or physically. All right? There's 10 mountains of evidence that proves that the Israelites was a melanated, dark race of people with mostly woolly hair. Notice I said mostly. All right? Okay? Going back to the scripture. Now she shall be trodden down as the mire of the streets. Okay? As the mire of the streets, man. So that's like mud and dung or shit. All right? So she's going to be violently, destroyed in the upcoming famines and race riots, etc., etc. All right? Another precept, that one is Micah 7:10 is Psalms 42:3. My tears have been my meat day and night, while they continually say unto me, where is thy power? Yeah. Because it's like you don't have no job. Well, the system is set up against the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American man. Anyone in denial of that is just a liar, man. You're just a liar. Okay? It's like even during this flood, man. When people haven't eaten in 3-4 days, 4 or 5 days, and the only thing between them having some sort of sustenance, some sort of warmth, dry clothes or dry shoes is a plain glass window. And when they go through that window by any means necessary to obtain that food, dry clothes, or whatever it is that they need, they're demonized in the media, man. And it's funny how cameras are just conveniently there to catch this as it's happening. All right? Yeah, that should bring up a question. And I do remember back in Katrina, Slovakia, there was footage of Edomites doing the same thing, but the verbiage that was used in the media was that they were surviving, that they were trying to survive. But when Jake did it, they were thieves and looters. All right? Okay? But it also makes you wonder if this woman, like I said, was she sincere or was she set up? All right? Because either way, man, she's going to experience Ezekiel 9:4. Okay? And let's read that. This is Ezekiel 9:4. And it reads, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry, all right, for the abominations thereof. And when you break that word down in the Greek, that word mark there is not the same like in Revelation, the 13th, 14th chapter. But that word there, I forget the name of the word. I actually have to look it up. I can't recall it right now. But it actually means exempt from judgment, man. All right? So that's talking about the elect. And this woman is not going to be exempt from judgment because she completely turned her back on her heritage and her power. So I don't know what she's going to go to or go back to. She's going to go back to saying God and Jesus or go back to being a Muslim. Who knows what she was. All right? Go outside. Go. All right. But she's not going to be exempt from that judgments, man. Verse 5. And to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, and smite, and let not thy eye spare, neither have ye pity. Okay? So these are orders from the Lord, man. You know? And when people, you know, and you got people saying, oh, they planning on killing black women, blah, like that crazy chick that's always in the closet with a camera pointed through the crack of the door making videos, man. You know? That his name is Elder Tahar, that weird chick, man. All right? No, the men of the Lord, when they get ordained to do their job, it's not just going to be the Negro woman, man. It's going to be all. And judgment just starts at the house of Israel, man. It starts there first. And being that there are way more Israelite women than men, and the 2/3 clearly outnumber the 1/3, yeah, a lot of those people that are going to be being put to death is the 2/3. Hey, and not only that, you got to remember the northern kingdom is way bigger than the southern kingdom. So a lot of those women being put to death is going to be northern kingdom. All right? So they're not exempt. You know, if you're not among the numbered in of the 1/3, which is that elect, man, we're all hoping to be the hopeful elect. That's why we do what we do. That's why we risk our lives to push this work to try to wake up the elect so that we can obtain mercy. Okay? And she clearly didn't seem to get that message. She didn't watch enough videos or something, man. Okay? All right, I'm going to go to book of Proverbs. Um, 8 and 4. And it reads, unto you, O men, I call. My voice is to the sons of man. So who is that? That's the elect, man. The prophets. Okay? The sheep of the Lord's flock are men. So who is she to go making a video denouncing the Hebrew heritage? This is Ezekiel 34 and 31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pastor, are men, and I am your power, saith Yahweh power. Okay? So the power of the Israelites, his flock, are men, man. That's why he gives that order, that the woman is to be under the man. The woman is going to be saved in childbearing, as according to Isaiah 4 and 1. Okay? As simple as that. The Israelite woman is being saved, all right, to have the children of the elect. That is her purpose. It's to be a wife. All right? And that's why the scripture reads to the effect that 7 women shall cling unto one man. And 7 is a number of completion. It could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 20. All right? It really depends on that man. All right? Some men may not want to deal with that many wives. And some men are going to have the vigor and the spirit to deal with that many wives. Okay? And that's according to the scriptures, not according to me. Okay? So this woman worshiping in America, that's another reason why I just read those 2 scriptures, is just completely and totally out of hand, man. You know? This society has really got you women messed up in the head with all this social media, man. All right? Instagram, Facebook, heroines in movies, the woman above the man. And the woman is not to be above the man. Thus saith the Bible. Okay? Last scripture is 1 Corinthians, turn right to it. And 14 and 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it's not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. And see that being the problem, because a lot of women will hear that scripture and get so offended. All right, but yet many of them, so-called Christians, will stand on the New Testament. But it's like this scripture though, they take a black marker and just black it out their book like it's not there. All right. And not obeying that could get you put to death, man. Because that definitely is not gonna, with this Instagram, Facebook, female heroines all on TV and in Hollywood, that scripture is not gonna fly too well in this wicked society, in this queendom. All right. So this woman, Gemini confirmed, she's either a rejected 2/3, okay, or she's just joined under Esau, man. And both mean death. So with that, shalom.